Friend, welcome to my engineering hub. This is your narrator, Chief Engineer Ravi Gupta. Today, we'll talk about the fuel oil booster unit overhauling. In today's video, we'll try to learn that how the fuel oil booster unit we need to overhaul, and we'll see each and every component of the fuel oil booster unit. After the overhauling, what are things need to change and how the thing need to change. Friend, this is gonna be very important video. If you are gonna do the any overhauling of any engine of a fuel oil booster, so please consult the video before doing the overhauling. And for the examination purpose, you can also learn that how the one by one overhauling can be done of the fuel oil booster unit. So let's start the today video of fuel oil booster unit overhauling. So before, I want to tell you that those who are watching the video first time, that Marine Engineering Hub is a platform which make video like this, which will be beneficial for examination, oral, and for your interview. So please do subscribe. And if you are giving exam of MU class 1, class 2, class 4, you can take the membership. You can find the link in the description box. By clicking the member link, you can find a lot of video which will be helpful for you for the examination purpose, and you can directly contact me for the query. So friend, let's start today's video of fuel oil booster unit overhauling. So this is the HCU block. In this hydraulic cylinder unit, this is the fuel oil booster unit, and this is the FIVA valve where the FIVA valve is operating this fuel oil booster unit and the exhaust valve actuator. So if we see it closely, then you can see there is a marking is been done A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So let's start with the marking. So as you can see, this is the close look where the FIVA valve will be installed. So there are numerous holes. So in a very precise form, I want to tell you that these two holes you are seeing is the where the pressurized servo oil of 200 to 300 bar will come. This is the point. If it get admitted, in that case the exhaust valve actuator will operate. From here, the returning of oil from the exhaust valve actuator after operation will come out. If the pressurized oil enter here, at that time the fuel oil booster will operate, and after the operation the fuel oil booster oil will come out from here. So this is the different type of concentric hole which has been done for the fuel valve actuation. So this is the pressurized 200 to 300 bar servo oil. This is for exhaust valve actuation. This is for fuel oil booster actuation. This is the return of exhaust valve actuator. This is the return of a fuel oil actuator. Okay, so now this is a block which will sit. Now let's see here the fuel oil booster unit. Now suppose this is the ME engine fuel oil booster unit. If you want to know about the design, you can find the link in the description in which I have explained this design. Now in today's video, we'll talk about the overhauling procedure of the this unit. So first thing we need to do is that you are seeing this stud. Okay, so this is the stud. So this is for the fuel oil booster, and this is for the exhaust valve actuator. So first thing we need to do is that we need to take out the top housing of the, this is the top housing. So this is you are seeing from here it is coming like this, from here it is coming like this, and this is the piston with attached to that this bottom part. So first thing we need to do is that we need to unscrew this all the top screw which is provided on the fuel oil booster unit. Before doing any type of work in the hydraulic cylinder unit, we need to make sure that we will properly isolate. And how to isolate a HCU unit, you can find in the video which I have explained what are the normal operations, which valve to be kept open. Just see the video. Now this is the HCU unit we need to first isolate. After isolation, we will unscrew the top 4 nut, which can be hand tighten, or which can be, we can use spanner also to unscrew it. After that, you will install this lifting tool. After installing the lifting tool, we will pick it up. When we are picking up, at that time you will see the top housing along with the plunger and along with the bottom umbrella chamber. These three things will be coming out at a once. So when we are fitting the lifting tool and lifting up, the top housing, which is consisting of the suction valve along with the plunger along with the lower housing, will come out. So it means that this thing will come out along with this. So this part is the top housing. This is the top housing. This is the plunger here. This is this part, and this part is this one. So these four things will come out with the lifting tool. After that, we need to take out the bottom plunger, this servo piston. So for that, we need to use this lifting tool. This lifting tool we need to install. We need to tighten this screw. If you take a close look, this screw need to be tightened in the hole which is provided on top. There are two holes, and after that we need to pull it up. When you pull it up, this piston will come and it will look like this. This is the servo piston which is pushing this plunger barrel, which is causing the fuel actuation, and this is the suction valve which is installed here. So what is happening? The oil is coming from here, it is waiting here. When there is a vacuum inside the chamber, the 7-bar oil will get inside against a spring and will accumulate here. When this servo piston will push it up, at that time this plunger will move in the plunger housing and it will build up the pressure against the fuel injector and inject the fuel. Now as you can see, this is the suction valve. The suction valve, first thing is that we need to measure this total distance. Whenever you are taking out this suction valve, you need to measure total distance. Along with that, you need to check the springiness of the spring returning after pushing this. From pushing here, this valve will come out, and after that we need to see whether it is going back to its fully closed position or not. So these two things we need to check. Here we need to check any type of corrosion. The retaining ring should be intact. This retaining ring should be intact. Any pitting mark here in this housing, we will see that what are the any pitting mark is here or not. After that, how is freeness of the plunger barrel arrangement, and second, the most important thing is this o-ring fitting. Whenever you are fitting this o-ring, you need to check the manual very carefully. The o-ring should be, basically it is a type of a o-ring along with the spring. So we need to install it properly as per the manual. This one should be on top side, this one should be on down side. Depending on the manual, please refer and then only install it. It will be on the topper side and it will be on downer side, so that to form a proper seal. So friend, in today's video we have learned that how the SC unit need to be overall. It's very easy. We need to open this two nut. We'll take out the housing. Along with the housing, the plunger barrel along with the lower housing will come out. After that, we need to fit this tool. After fitting the tool, this thing will come out. Then we will slack the foundation nut and this whole body can come out. This is how the whole thing will come out. Now what you will check? You will check the suction valve distance. You will check the springiness. You will check the suction valve closing or not closing properly. You will check for the pitting mark in the servo piston. You will check the retaining ring condition. You will check the plunger barrel freeness, and you will check the feedback sensor. You need to check this feedback sensor. This feedback sensor you are seeing here, this is the feedback sensor inside the housing. This feedback sensor need to be checked in a proper way. It will look like this. So in this condition you need to check that whether it's properly functioning or not, and how to take out this plunger barrel. So basically after taking out we need to move it on a downer side. This plunger will come out and it will look like this. It will look like this. If you can see, it will look like this. This is the plunger, this is the lower housing, this is the plunger inner housing barrel, and this is the top housing, and this is the servo piston. And while taking out, this is the feedback sensor, you need to make sure that it is properly working condition. So friend, in today's video we have learned how to do the overhauling of a fuel oil booster unit. If you have any doubt, then please do write in the description box. I will revert back. Friend, if you are watching the video till now, I request you to please check the membership. You will find a lot of video which will be beneficial for your examination purpose. I guarantee it. Thank you friend. Have a good day.